morning, children. Well, in today's class of English language, we shall study tenses. As you know that the lesson tenses have been divided into three classes, right? So a recap of what we did in the last class. Well, in the very first class, we studied about present tense, and in the recent video lesson, we did about the past tense and the different forms of past tense and their uses, like the simple past tense, past perfect tense, past continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense. So these are the four tenses that we learned in the last class. Well, in today's class we shall study about future tense, where we shall be discussing about the simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Alright, so let's get started. First, simple future tense. The simple future tense is a verb tense that is used to talk about things that haven't happened yet. So future tense is that form of verb tense which expresses or which describes those things which is yet to happen, which has not yet happened, okay, which is yet to happen. Okay, so future tense can be a simple future tense. Rather, it can be expressed in two ways. Okay, so there are two ways how you express future tense. All right, so let us first of all see the structure or formula of how we construct future tense in two different ways. Okay, the first structure is subject plus will plus verb in the root form. Root form means the base verb. Okay, you have the base verb, then the past tense and the past participle, isn't it? So verb in the root form means the verb in the base form, that is the first verb. Alright, and the second way of constructing a sentence in a simple future tense is what? Verb plus am, are or is plus going to plus base verb. Okay, now what is this? I'm telling you this formula, no? So this might be going over your head, so we'll just try to construct a sentence or see an sentence example how this structure is used to form or construct a sentence. Okay, all right, let's see first example. John will read that book. Okay, so look at the first structure that we talked about. Is the subject here? The subject is John. Okay, so subject plus will plus verb. What is the verb in the root form here? Read, isn't it? So see, if root form is read, 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 we say, isn't it? Base form plus past tense plus past participle, that is read, 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 but here we are using the root form or a base form of the verb. Alright, so the first structure that we have applied here to construct the simple future tense is what? Subject plus will plus the verb in the root form plus object. Okay, so John John is the subject, will plus the verb is read, and the object is book. Okay, now let us see the second way how to construct a sentence, how it is used to construct a sentence in a simple future. Okay, so we talked about I think we talked about subject plus either am, is or are plus going to plus what? Root verb plus object, right? So let's try to fit in the sentence and see how it works. Well, John is going to read that book. Okay, so here see, what is the subject here? John, isn't it? So John, the subject, plus is it? I told you either is, am or are. So here we are using is. So subject, which is John, subject plus is plus verb in the ing form. What is the verb in the ing form? Going, isn't it? Base form of going is what? Go, isn't it? What is the verb here? Main verb read. Object book. So you understood? So we saw two sentences here. With the help of two sentences, we saw how two different structure is used to form a simple future tense, right? So that's that. Now we'll see the next tense. The next tense is future continuous tense. What is future continuous tense then? Well, future continuous tense is a verb tense that indicates something will occur in the future, okay, and continue for an expected period of time. Alright, so future continuous tense means what? A future continuous tense is a verb form, okay? It's a verb tense rather, verb tense, which indicates that something will happen in future, of course, that will occur in future, and it will continue for an expected length of time. So when we say continue, what we think about, as I always say, ing form of the verb, right? Continuous. So let's see the structure, how to form future continuous tense then. Well, the structure is a structure or a formula to form future continuous tense is first the subject plus will be plus the verb in the ing form. Okay, for better understanding, let's see an example sentence. Well, the example is, I will be going to my mother's house tomorrow. Okay, I will be going to my mother's house tomorrow. What is the subject in this sentence? The subject is I. Okay, subject is I, subject plus I plus will, okay, plus verb in the ing form. Verb, what is the verb here? Verb is go. Ing form of go is going, isn't it? Where will you be going? To your mother's house is the object. When? Tomorrow. So tomorrow means future tense, isn't it? You understood this example? I will try to explain this example again. See, the structure that we are supposed to make use of forming future continuous tenses: subject plus will be plus verb in the ing form plus object. Right? So we will again see the same sentence and try to understand. The subject is what? I, plus will be plus verb in the ing form. What is the verb in the ing form? Go. Go becomes going plus object. What is the object? Your mother's house. When are you going? Tomorrow. So tomorrow means future. So this is your future continuous tense. Alright. So let's see the next tense then. Okay, the next tense is future perfect tense. Okay, what is future perfect tense? Let's say the future perfect tense expresses an action that will occur in the future before another action or a time in the future. So, here in this, in future perfect continuous tense, we will be comparing two actions in the future. Okay, so the definition says that the future perfect tense expresses an action that will occur in the future, isn't it? Action that will occur in the future before another action takes place in the future. Okay, so in future perfect tense, we will be comparing two sentences or two actions that will take place in future. Okay, now with the help of a sentence example, we'll try to understand this concept. But before that, let's see a structure or the formula to form future perfect tense. Okay, the structure is subject plus will have plus past participle plus object. Okay, you know what past participle? First comes the base word, isn't it? Then comes the past tense and the past participle. Past participle means the third form of the verb. Past participle is the third form of the verb, right? So the formula or the structure is what? Subject plus will have plus past participle plus object. Okay, so with the help of this formula or an structure, let's try to construct a sentence in future perfect tense then. Okay, here we go. The example, you can see the example here. We will have shopped in that market before you come. Alright, before I explain this sentence, let me explain you that verb that I've used there. See, shopped, S-H-O-P-E-D, shopped. I use that word shopped, isn't it? See, the word S-H-O-P can be used as a noun also, and it can be used as a verb also. Alright, now as a noun, what is a shop? It's the name of a shop. When you say shop, it can be a noun, it's a name of a place where you go for shopping or where you go to buy or purchase goods. right? Shop, that is, so we use as a noun. So the word shop can also be used as a verb. Okay, and I have used here as a verb. To shop means to buy or to purchase. Don't get confused, okay? The word shopped I have used here. The word shop means to buy or to to buy or to purchase things. All right. So let's see the sentence again. We will have shopped in that market before you come. So here in this sentence, my action of shopping in the market will already be finished before you come, isn't it? Here also there are two actions. Yes or no? In this sentence also there are two actions. So when we have two future actions, there are two future actions, isn't it? Okay, so we use perfect tense to indicate which action occurred first. You understood which action occurred first. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. See, here when I say, in this example, first of all, what we see is that here my action of shopping will already be finished before you come, isn't it? So there are two future actions here. First is my action of shopping, and the another one is him coming to my house or home, whatever. So there are two future actions here. So how will you differentiate? How will you differentiate which is future perfect tense then? See, when we have two future tenses like this, or not tenses, rather actions. Okay, two sentences or two actions like that, then we use future perfect tense to indicate which action occurred first. Okay, in this sentence, which action occurred first? My action of shopping has occurred first. So in this sentence, the first part of the sentence is perfect continuous tense. Okay, it's a perfect continuous tense, whereas the second sentence is the simple tense. So when I say first sentence, what is the first sentence here? We will have finished shopping in that market is the first sentence. So this is the perfect continuous tense. Okay, and the second sentence, that is what? You will come, is the simple present tense. Okay, so let us see the next tense here. The next tense is future perfect continuous tense. Alright, so what is future perfect continuous tense then? Well, the future perfect continuous tense is a verb tense that describes an action that will continue up, until a point in the future. Okay, so I'm talking about the continuous tense here. So what is it? A future continuous tense is a verb tense that describes the action that will continue until, okay, until some point in the future. Okay, so what is the structure to form a future perfect continuous tense then? Well, the structure is subject plus will have been plus the verb in the ing form plus object. Okay, so with the help of the sentence example, we'll try to understand this structure. Okay, the example is, I will have been watching TV for 4 hours when you come home. So I'm talking about future perfect continuous tense. Okay, so I will have been watching TV for 4 hours when you come home. Alright, now if two action takes place, again here, if two action takes place in the future, the first one which will be continued is a future perfect continuous tense, and the second one is the simple present tense. Now look at, see, this sentence also has two individual sentences. First is, I will have been watching TV for 4 hours. This is first sentence here. Okay, second sentence is when you come home, right? So if you have two action, I'm talking about the future perfect continuous tense. If you have two actions that takes place, then in such sentences, the first sentence which will be continued is the future perfect tense. Here, what is continuing? My action of watching TV is continuous, isn't it? My action of watching TV is continuous. So this first part of the sentence is what? Future perfect continuous tense. Then what is the second part of the sentence then? The second part of the sentence is simple present tense. Okay, so we saw the structure here. The structure was what? The structure was subject plus will have been plus verb in the ing form plus object. So is that fulfilled in this sentence or not? Let's see. First, look at the subject. What is the subject here? I, isn't it? So I is the subject. So subject plus will have been plus verb in the ing. What is the verb in the ing form here? Watching, isn't it? And what is the object? TV. So did you see this formula? This formula has been perfectly fits here. Okay, so this is your future perfect continuous tense. All right, so with this we end the lesson on tenses. Okay, so a brief recap of what we did in all three lessons related to tenses. That the main thing that we learned was there are three tenses and four aspects. Okay, there are three tenses and four aspects. When the tenses joins with the aspect, we form 12 types of sentences. Okay, so with the present tense, we saw with present tense what was formed: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. Then with past tense and four aspect, what did we make? We made simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. Okay, then with future that we studied today, okay, what did we make? With the future tense and four aspect, we made four types of future tenses, and those were that we covered today. That was simple future tense, future continuous tense, and future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. So with this we end the lesson on tenses here. Okay, so keep tuned for we shall start up or we shall take up another topic in the next class. Till then, stay connected and stay safe.